criminal offshore cartel, hell-bent on destroying sovereignty and on its ashes constructing world government.
Tim Geithner, Bernanke, they're arsonists. They're asking for more matches. And the Congress is saying, who do we make the check out to?
Today seems like nobody does care. And right now in Washington, D.C., we have seen a fall of the Republic.
Get your copy of Fall of the Republic on DVD at Infowars.com or watch it online right now in super high quality at prisonplanet.tv.
Waging war on corruption. Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. Big Brother, mainstream media, government cover-ups. You want answers? Well, so does he. He's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. And now, live from Austin, Texas, Alex Jones.
All right, the toll-free number to join us on air, 800-259-9231, 800-259-9231. We've got Bernard von NotHaus joining us, the proprietor for over a decade and a half of the Liberty Dollar. How dare him create a competing currency, who openly said we're a competing currency to the dollar. It's being devalued. They went and charged him with counterfeiting, found an idiot group of people, or not even idiots, just totally uninformed, who thought that it was counterfeit to issue your own silver coins, which is totally illegal. And he's going to prison, it looks like. And they're trying to confiscate $7 million in silver and gold from him, which people, some of them had it on deposit with him. You can keep it there. So just there's the government robbing everybody. And they first tried to rate him thinking he wouldn't have enough to for his deposits, like a bank does with fractional reserve banking, where they'll have, $1 for every 10 they loan out. Turned out he had enough and more. So they said, well, we can't get sued for this. Let's just go ahead and get a jury together. In fact, guys, this has happened a lot the last few years. I want to have it when NotHaus joins us. Search the term man arrested for using $2 bills in Best Buy. That's one I can remember. Another guy was arrested at a putt-putt golf facility for using $2 bills. $2 bill has a Declaration of Independence on the back. I've got a group of them framed that my parents bought me at the U.S. Mint when they visited it once. They sell them unchopped, and it's framed, with the Declaration of Independence being signed on the back. And let me tell you, you use that, you're going to jail, because you walk into Best Buy with money. And, I mean, people I've seen, I had a friend, Chris Athanas, who would walk around with Liberty Dollars, tell people about silver currency at UT. And he was trying to tell people about it at UT, and they thought it was illegal, and they called the cops over. He was on the edge of UT and downtown, and he had a concealed carry, the permit, big software programmer, wealthy guy, and they sent him to prison. And, they came because of the silver, and then they said, oh, you got a fanny pack with a gun? He goes, yeah. And they said, well, you're 1,000 feet from UT. We're going to go ahead and get you for that. And the cop did his duty and took him to jail and taught him and his family. Taught him real good. I hadn't seen Chris in years. I know he did a stint in jail. But that's what happens. Oh, we can't get you for this silver coin? Remember the video? In fact, we ought to cue this up and play it. I know we posted it on Infowars.com about 2 weeks ago. I know we have it saved. I never played it on air. We ought, after we take calls to introduce NotHaus, we ought to play that minute or two clip of him with a $1,400 1-ounce gold coin, American Eagle. In fact, face value $50 under the U.S. Mint. And he goes and has he got 2 tacos at Taco Bell, tries to give her a gold coin, and she says, I don't want this. He says, so you don't want $1,400? She said, no, I want the $2. And he said, okay, here's $2. She said, I love it. And maybe Dice deserves to be sent to prison. Of course, it was legal tender, actual U.S. issued gold, but it doesn't matter, folks. They can find a jury to send you to jail. And so we're going to go to break and come back and go to Greg, Angie, John, Adam, Tim, and others, a few segments of calls. Then we'll play that Mark Dice clip ahead of NotHaus joining us after this quick break. And I do have some other news that we're going to be hitting on as well. And the Obama administration's moving ahead with government shutdown plans. And in the month of March, they outspent what they had budgeted 8.5 times. But that doesn't matter because they've got people held hostage through their pension funds. The big banks always saying, give us more taxes, give us more money, or we won't pay you your pensions. And so they'll basically go out and protest, demand taxes get raised, and then that money won't be spent for their pensions. It'll be stolen. But they're ignorant, so the people perish for lack of knowledge. But your phone calls, we come back after this quick break, and then we have the head of Liberty Dollar, now I guess headed to prison. Maybe one of the last times we talked to him for a while, because he dared issue silver coins publicly for 15 years and talk bad about the Federal Reserve. Stay with us. This is Alex Jones with 5 good reasons you should consider buying a solar power generator. Number 1, new climate legislation could easily double or triple your electric bill. Number 2, our new energy czar wants to control how much power your electric company allows you to have. It's true. Total government control of electricity in the name of smart grid technology is coming. Number 3, in some areas of the country, the power grid is dangerously overloaded. And now new socialist legislation is only compounding the problem. Number 4, dangerous weather is always a threat to local grids. Every year, thousands of families lose their power from weather-related outages. Number 5, a solar power generator provides powerful backup insurance and peace of mind. Folks, I really believe in the solar power generators offered by Solutions from Science, one of my oldest sponsors. You can get more information at www.mysolarbackup.com. That's mysolarbackup.com. Remember, the government doesn't own the sun, so go to mysolarbackup.com or call 1-877-327-0365. A very wealthy U.S. citizen is predicting that in 2011, we will witness the most important day in America in more than 50 years. He says it will change everything about our lives. The way you shop, travel, invest, educate your children, and even how you take care of your health and your own family. Now, this man has made some outrageous predictions over the years. The crazy part is, he's usually right. You see, he predicted the collapse of GM, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, and America's biggest mall owner, General Growth Properties. In fact, Barron's called his work a dire prophecy. Recently, he created a video, which you can watch online for free, detailing his biggest and most important prediction yet. And it's a real eye-opener. I can't stress this enough. You should at least watch this free video online today. He explains everything you need to know, including simple steps you can take to protect yourself. You can find the video at www.endofamerica3.com. That's endofamerica, the number 3.com. Watch the free video at www.endofamerica3.com. That's endofamerica3.com.
Alex told you the government announced recently that the recession is over. It ended on June of 2009. The millions of Americans unable to find work might not agree. Perhaps the recession ended for the bankers and government employees, but for the rest of us, things seem to be getting worse. Gold and silver haven't heard the news either. They've begun their long-expected journey to the moon. In addition to converting your shrinking dollars into gold and silver, you should consider a food savings account from eFoods Direct. They both make fabulous investments. Food is our greatest dependency, and we know it will be more precious than any financial resource. You and your family need food to survive a crisis, and you can't eat paper, stocks, or metals. Alex has been urging you to invest in delicious, easy-fix meals to enjoy now or save for long-term. This will freeze the cost of your food while you can still afford it. Visit efoodsdirect.com on the internet or call 800-409-5633. That's efoodsdirect.com or 800-409-5633.
He's the T-Rex of political talk. Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network.
Okay, taking your phone calls, and then we have Bernard von NotHaus joining us, who headed up the Liberty Dollar for 15 years, convicted in court of counterfeiting. Publicly said it was private silver currency, openly to compete with the fiat currency. They found a jury that didn't know their head from a hole in the ground, and he has been convicted. Now they're trying to seize $7 million in gold and silver. That is coming up. We had Ron Paul on earlier, and, of course, Peter Schiff. Jam-packed transmission today. Great job to the crew and producers. Let's go to your phone calls. Greg in Missouri, you're on the air. Welcome.
Welcome. Thank you, sir. 2 quick questions for you.
Yes.
Okay, my first question. Obviously, I heard you with Ron Paul earlier. You're very optimistic about his prospects of announcing a presidential run.
Oh, he's going to announce, don't worry. You heard it. The next month, he's going to be saying one way or the other, and he's already going to a debate. Look, he's going to announce for president unless he has health problems.
He's already made all the overtures. I mean, it's pretty much a done deal. But my question was to you, let's say, hypothetically, that it didn't happen. Would there be anywhere to turn to otherwise, any other alternative?
Yeah, we fight on all fronts. We're going to take our counties, our states back, 9th and 10th Amendment. We're going to help people rediscover the Bill of Rights and Constitution, the liberty culture, enshrined in the Declaration of Independence, the kickoff, the spirit of 1776. We're going to continue with lawsuits against government-run health care that's totally illegal to bring us basically death care and the death panels they now admit, and that Bill Gates admits and says is great, and that Newsweek promotes. We're going to fight them on every front, and we're going to win.
Absolutely, sir.
Ron Paul is going to win even if he loses. He's going to get probably 10 times the coverage and attention in the debates and everywhere that he got 3 years ago. Can you imagine? Look, he probably won't win. It doesn't matter. It's going to be a major issue. You think he almost got the Fed abolished and audited and abolished earlier? Think of the power this movement's going to have now. Think of how many people are going to get awakened to liberty. It's already the hottest movement. Look, 4 years ago, Bilderberg was worried about Ron Paul before he even ran. We got that from inside Bilderberg at Ottawa. We got it the next year. They are scared to death because they want to just give you fake liberal or fake conservative that's a controlled paradigm. They only fight with each other over the power levers. Instead, now we're talking about the New World Order. A guy is about to run for president who is winning the major polls for president, so the media is trying to ignore him. A guy who's basically like a statesman like Alex Jones is about to get massive attention again. I mean, this is win-win-win. He cannot lose. Even if he loses, we win.
Absolutely. Okay, one other question for you if you got time.
Sure.
Okay, I don't know if you've ever addressed this on your show before, but as a college student, I'm required to read writings by people like Michael Shermer and other so-called skeptics. I wanted you to, if you've got a minute, to real quick give me how you feel about those type of people that love to try to debunk so-called...
Well, look, all the so-called debunkers of 9/11 truth and people that, I mean, just 10 years ago, they said that the Federal Reserve wasn't private, that there wasn't a plan for a global currency, and they just sit there making jokes, playing the lowest common denominator, or they build straw men. They debunk people like myself by going to folks that are conspiracy theorists and make things up. They call you a conspiracy theorist if you question this being a war, and they say, no, it's not a war. Don't be a conspiracy theorist. I appreciate your call. I mean, I read to you last week the quotes of Karl Rove saying, oh, we call you people that know that we lied about WMDs the reality community. You're right, but it doesn't matter. We control reality, and we'll change it day to day, and you don't count. Now, he's trying to buffalo you. He's saying resistance is futile like the Borg. No, resistance is not futile. We don't have a choice. So... Cass Sunstein can say arrest people that don't believe in anthropogenic global warming. So what? He's losing the debate on every front. We have the facts. I mean, it's all over every major medical institution that 20 minutes of direct sunlight a day massively reduces all different sorts of cancers. He says it's a conspiracy theory that sun is good for you. They want to be able to tell you through political correctness what you can and can't say. Okay? I mean, it's that simple. So I don't care about these debunkers whose websites might get 1,000 visitors a day. We get 1 million, conservatively. 3 million listeners. In the market of ideas, we're winning. So what if they prop these guys up on TV to sit around and laugh at us? I laugh at you, punk. I'm not talking about Greg. I'm talking about folks you mentioned. Angie in North Carolina, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Yes, hi, Alex. I just wanted to touch on 3 things really quick. The Piers Morgan and Jesse Ventura interview, you know, they're always quick to say that it's absurd and ridiculous, but, you know, it seems like it doesn't often get pointed out, well, who benefited from 9/11?
Key bono. But, again, I'm glad you mentioned that. They never give any facts. They just give words like absurd, conspiracy theory, ridiculous. That's their proof. Right. It doesn't matter if we have the cops saying, get back, they're going to blow up Building 7 and newscasts saying it. Then they blow it up and say, we didn't say we'd blow it up. We're like, here's the video of you doing it. It falls in free fall. We can see the blast points. They're like, no, you don't see that. I mean, for 8 years, NIST said that it didn't fall at free fall. Now they've had to admit it did. So, again, that's all they've got is, you're an idiot, you're dumb, this is stupid, there is no global government, the dollar's not devalued, there is no inflation, this isn't a war, we don't have ground troops in Libya, but we do. I'm sorry, Angie, go ahead.
No, that's okay. it also goes back